So let's see what else a couple people are saying before we depart. Yeah,
Jerry, why don't you find a nice girl and settle down?
I'm working on it, but I'm also distracted by my career. So hey, it's not like I don't put myself out there. It's just a matter of some wising up and realizing what a good thing they've got in front of them. So, and I'm also very picky, and I admit that. But you should be picky. You shouldn't settle, because the person you spend the rest of your life with or your time with should be somebody special that you have everything in common with, and you should be best friends. And I'm divorced. I mean, it's not like I've been by myself forever, but that's a whole other story. But thank you, Art. I appreciate that. And I would say the same to you, too, because Art's a really great guy. And I think we have these conversations all the time. And you, too, Ed. What's slowing you down?
What's slowing me down? It's just not really a priority for me.
Yeah.
It's I always feel like, if the right person is there, I'm gonna run into them. It's for me, it's like, okay, I find things you're interested in, work on those things.
Yeah.
See if you can manage to keep rolling along and stay alive and keep yourself fed and clothed and to have a roof over your head and be happy with yourself, and then the people will come.
You have to be a strong, I've said this too, you have to be a strong single before you can be a strong couple. And I remember I was a strong single before I got married. And I had a horribly, horribly traumatic divorce. And I came out of it realizing I lost that strong single person because there was a codependency and a lot of other things happening. But I got back to rediscovering my strong self. And I feel, yeah, I'd like to find someone to spend time with that has all the qualities you just said. And I do think, although I thought I did marry a best friend, even though it didn't work out. I do think there's still something to be said for marrying someone who's your best friend, somebody that you share a lot of common stuff with, along with, the chemistry and the attraction. But you don't need someone to complete you. Somebody you need someone to partner with is what it is, and you can basically help. You've each got pluses and minuses, and you can help compensate for that and support each other and lift each other. That's what it is, lifting each other up. And here's the other thing. Here's the other bit of advice I'm going to tell everybody before we close tonight's show. It's surprising that it went in this direction. If you're dating or in a relationship with someone, you have to think about if the two of you are like facing the flames of hell, right? The worst situation in the world, worst disaster. If your instinct is to look at that person next to you and say, I don't want to go through this with them, it's just too hard, you're not in the right relationship. If you got to look at that. If you can look at that person and say, this is the person I want to get through this with, hell or high water, I'm going to get through this with them. Then you've got something solid, so long as you're supporting and elevating each other. So for what it's worth, Jerry's relationship advice tonight, that's kind of how I also look at things.
And Jerry's relationship advice has been brought to you by Flavor Improving Mugs, the mugs that improve flavor.
They improve the flavor.